Being a cross-country truck driver has its challenges, from dealing with traffic congestion that gets worse every day, to the stress of being away from home and family for extended periods of time. Ride discomfort due to vehicle vibration should be minimized. Vibration can be caused by many different rotating parts. For this video, we're going to focus on the tire wheel assembly. If a vibration is a result of a tire wheel assembly, it can be caused by a runout of the assembly or an out of balance condition. We're going to assume that the balance is good, which has been confirmed by using a dynamic balancer. Each assembly has been checked for on-vehicle runout, and the measurements have been marked on each tire. Since the vibration is still present, we will now begin the process of match mounting. It is always a good idea to check that the tire has been properly mounted. All tires have a ring molded into the lower bead area that will give you a visual indication of proper mounting. By looking at the distance between the ring and the edge of the wheel around the entire circumference of the wheel, you can see if the bead has been properly seated. Measure the distance between the ring and the rim flange in 4 places, 90 degrees apart. The maximum difference should be less than 1.5 millimeter or 1/16 of an inch from the guide ring. If the tire is not properly mounted, deflate the tire, break the bead, lube properly, reinflate and rebalance. This could solve your vibration complaint. When looking to see if the tire was properly mounted, you should also be looking for signs of tire or rim damage, as this could be the source of vibration. If there is evidence of a significant impact on either the tire or wheel, or both, replace them both. One way to reduce runout of a tire wheel assembly is to match mount the tire on the wheel. Match mounting is where the tire's specific mounting position is selected to help minimize imbalance and runout. Since steel wheels have more radial runout than alloy wheels, more improvement is possible when match mounting tires to steel wheels. When match mounting a new tire to a wheel, the red dot marking should be used as described in our video, Recommended Mounting and Installation Practices for Controlling Vehicle Vibration. When match mounting a tire without a red dot, mount the tire wheel assembly on a spin balancer using good centering practices. Check the bead seating by comparing the guide rib with the rim flanges on both sides. Check the runout on the balancer. Compare your high point locations and measurements to the results from the on-vehicle measurements. Mark the high spot of the assembly on both tire and the wheel. If the radial runout is over 60 thousandths of an inch, break the assembly down and rotate the tire 180 degrees on the wheel and remount the assembly. Remeasure the runout on the spin balancer. If the radial runout is acceptable, balance the assembly. If the radial runout is still excessive, break down the assembly and rotate the tire 90 degrees on the wheel. Remount the assembly and remeasure the runout on the spin balancer. If the runout is now acceptable, balance the assembly. If the radial runout is still unacceptable and the new measured high spot is within 6 inches of the first high spot on the tire, you will need to replace the tire because the runout contribution of the tire is greater than that of the wheel. If the radial runout is still unacceptable and the new measured high spot is within 6 inches of the first high spot on the wheel, you'll need to replace the wheel because the runout contribution of the wheel is greater than that of the tire. As you finish with each assembly, mark the high point. Both sides of the tire should be checked for concentric bead seating, and each assembly should have dynamic balance checked on a spin balancer before installing them on the vehicle. Repeat each of these steps in the match mounting process for each tire and wheel assembly on the vehicle. This will optimize overall vehicle ride quality by minimizing the runout of each tire wheel assembly. When installing steer and tag assemblies on a vehicle, place the high point of each assembly at the 12 o'clock position. When installing dual assemblies with marked high points, place the high points 180 degrees apart. Once all the assemblies have been installed, recheck the on-vehicle runout for each assembly. Minimizing runout using match mounting can help reduce driver ride discomfort due to vehicle vibration. If you have any questions concerning the materials discussed or would like further information, tips, or techniques on match mounting assemblies, contact your local Goodyear commercial tire dealer or go to our website for additional information and suggestions.